Andy. Oh, what do we got here? Hey, Snark. Oh, I am not. What? Alright, where are we here? Howdy and aloha, everyone. It's James with Montauk, and this is my ongoing documentary on just how crazy the world is, especially in early 2020 when all the craziness really happened and it went into steroid action, full-on steroid action. And tonight I think I'm just going to go through my social media because there's some interesting stuff through there. No, you're not too late. If you want to come on, you're more than welcome to. Whoever's on. Let me go here first. This is my Facebook. Divide and conquer. If the 99% continue to fight each other, then we'll never defeat the true enemy. And what is the true enemy? What is that? Oh, there they are. It's right there. Stop being their pawns of division, right? Well, I've always said that parties just aren't a good thing. George Washington was adamantly against it, as you can see here, right? Oh, I got to put up my disclaimer. Where is it? Is that it right there? It's behind here somewhere. That but yeah, he was always against it. Because it polarizes people, and everybody wants to pick a team. I get it, pick a side and all that, but I think we need to think about what's best for our interests. And I've decided, years ago, that I think Trump is probably our best course of action. Yeah, no, he's not perfect, and he probably shouldn't be hovering around APAC, and I get all that, but I believe that's a formality. I think he's got to go through the motions to get into the White House, and if he has the majority and of the the majority of the Senate and the House, some shit'll happen. I think some good shit. And if it doesn't, then his entire base will turn on him. They've already said, they've spoken to him. I have sources that have spoken to him at Mar-a-Lago that have said, look, this time you're going to drain the swamp. You're going to completely remove it and put a forever pool there. You're going to just start clean, start fresh. And the last video I did, or one of the last two or three, I made a pretty compelling point or argument that voting for a third party just isn't doing anything. It's not going to do anything. Jill Stein isn't going to get anywhere. She's got maybe 250 to 300,000 committed Green voters compared to 90 million Trump loyal base committed voters. And I would say, just my guesstimation, from what I'm seeing, from what I've heard, I don't believe that Kamala Harris or the Demoncrats have over 40,000 people that want her to continue, or want Bidenomics or Kamalanomics to continue. I don't think that's the case. I really don't think that's the case. I've got friends that have left the Democrats. I know that I was once one, and then I went through a rigorous and painstaking process with Bernie Sanders. And then I realized finally that I just wasted $300, maybe $400 on that guy. It was fucking pathetic. but not this time. So let's go to my social media and see what we got. Let's go down a little ways. So this happened. You believe this shit? And people are gonna comply. I'm gonna go a little further. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one too. I'll get to that. Yeah, I got some good stuff up. Wow. Yeah, 1620 Plymouth Rock at sea level. 1920 Plymouth Rock still at sea level. 2023 Plymouth Rock remains at sea level. I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. It's just pretty apparent of the scam of that. And I'm going to keep going. See if I got some more stuff. Yeah, you guys remember Clown World? This was a good one. Look at that. Fuck. They want to do it again. They're already doing it in, I guess, Santa Clara County, or everywhere near San Francisco, of course. It's just you just got to get the fuck. It's San Francisco. If this continues, it's going to turn into just mush. Oakland isn't really a great city, but right now Oakland is looking really good to the rest of San Francisco. And I'm telling you, Oakland isn't really a great city as far as the area and the community, but that's all pre-planned. I think I went over that a while back, and the segregation out there and all that stuff. But this is your future. This is your future with Jill Stein. This is your future with Kamala Harris, but it definitely isn't your fucking future with Donald Trump. It's not. It's, blue states are bringing this back. Look at that. The little plastic bubbles for people hugging your grandma with gloves, and like she's got like in a nuclear reactor and you can't touch it or something. Just a fucking, they closed down the parks. And I remember, that happened in West Virginia, and they closed down the parks for a little bit, and everybody said, fuck you. People just started going, and then they took down the hoops, and they blocked them like you see there, so you couldn't play. Banned the benches, made everybody wear these stupid masks, and there's a good one. Look at the center one. That actually happened. You've got to look at that one. That happened. You had to wear the mask, but you could still play. Look at this shit. This is what they want. This is your future with Kamala Harris. I'm just telling you. You're gonna, and most of you are like, oh yeah, for sure. You fucking dumb shits. Just God. Right? This is your future. It's fucking nuts. Was never proven. And remember, Fauci said, "Oh, people don't need to wear them." And then he said, "Oh, they do need them." And then they don't. Then they do. They do. You shouldn't get that. You should get this. You should. He already made his money. He doesn't give a fuck about you. If you think Fauci gives a fuck about you, do you remember? Oh shit! Do you remember when Brad Pitt played Anthony Fauci on SNL? I could probably find that. That would be good. Fauci. I'm going to find that. I gotta fucking find that. Here it is right here.
And now, a message from one of the lead members of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. It's just craziness, man. And you all bit into it. That was 4 years ago. It's saying 4 years ago.
First, I'd like to thank all the older women in America who have sent me supportive, inspiring, and sometimes graphic.
It's fucking crazy. You know, and then who was it? It was your favorite warmongering star. What was it? Brad? No, it wasn't Brad Pitt. Fucking. There he goes. There it is right there. Or that.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, as you all know by now, the couple's under quarantine in Australia. They both were diagnosed with coronavirus. Well, Tom's been sharing updates via Instagram.
There it is. Your American boy. Right? Who's probably been in more war movies than anybody on the fucking planet. What you got there, Snark? I had a subscription during Fluid that said that I needed to drink often and must be allowed to drink in class if I used a straw. Okay. Did it say what you had to drink? Because what's interesting is during those times, and I'll type this in real quick. During those times, liquor stores open during COVID. Oh, I'm getting a bad connection. It's right here.
It amazes me that it's 2024.
कि सारी परेशानियां एक तरफ और ठेका ना खुलने की मुसीबत.
Oh, what the fuck is that shit?
Anonymous, Clanton, Alabama.
A lot of anonymous today.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, none.
Well, if you see some of the questions, you'll know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had to say anonymous for. I'm just wondering, do y'all know if the state stores are open? I heard y'all talking about it, and I was just wondering, did you hear if they're going to be open, the ABC stores?
Well, the liquor stores, is that what you mean?
You're talking about the ABC state-run liquor stores.
Yes.
I think they were doing curb pickup, last I heard.
Yeah, I'm Baptist, so I didn't even know those existed.
When's the last time you had a
shut
bump?
Yeah. You need a bump?
When's the last time you've had a bump?
I sure do. Yeah, I need a bump.
Yes,
There it is. There's some honesty.
It's Friday, and I like the,
That's fine.
We received several questions about why liquor stores are considered essential businesses and allowed to stay open. Well, at least one health official says this can be a matter of public health. In fact, a spokesperson for the Delaware Health Department says people who suffer from substance abuse could turn to alternatives, and this could send more people to the emergency room at a time in which hospital space is obviously so precious. New at 11, senior reporter Eileen Buckley shows us that wine and liquor are in high demand here in Western New York.
That was everywhere. And then right here, it's booming.
And while some are on the quest for contamination prevention products and basic necessities, as the spread of the coronavirus shows no sign of slowing down, some are looking to fill up their liquor cabinet. 22 News spoke with an employee from Cabot Liquor Store in Chicopee who said he noticed a handful of customers today stocking up on adult beverages.
I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do.
It's just fucking shit. It's just, yeah, it's copying from mass fibers. It's just all bad. It was just such a scam. Everything was just a gigantic, and it's still there. The scam hasn't stopped. The Democrats and the World Health Organization are one. And the World Health Organization are, in my opinion, my professional opinion, probably not the people you want to be listening to that much. And the reason why, because all of them are connected to big pharma. Big pharma is what put those people and fly those people there. And then most of it is owned, or excuse me, the biggest shareholder is yours truly, Bill Gates, is one of the biggest shareholders or something like that. At least it helped them suffer less during the, yeah, it you know, there's just so many things that were just ass backwards with all that. It was just pretty telling. And, you know, some of us figured it out. Some of us said, nah. Oh, this is a good one right here. But it was me that kept pushing on, saying, nah, we're not going to fucking do this World Economic Forum, New World Order shit. Welcome to 2030. 2030, I own nothing. Have no privacy, and life has never been better. You'll own nothing and be happy. It's fucking crazy. It's just fucking crazy. Oh, that's one of my favorites right here. Here. Oh, wait. Where are you? Right here. This is true. Can you guys see that one? The bottom right? It's a plexiglass divider. And then there's a fucking ginormous person that won some beauty contest, but it was a guy with a bunch of girls, and they just fucking pushed this shit on everyone, this woke crap. And then there were people wearing bags over their heads. And then while this is all happening, they start up the fucking quote-unquote war, which we all know was money laundering. We all know that. Fucking come on. It's just the biggest money laundering scam on the fucking planet. Because what's interesting is all of media, Western media before February 2022, when Russia invaded or whatever the fuck happened, and they tried to make, you know, Trump said, I mean, I would have made a deal with them, try to figure something out. Just wouldn't have started, but it wasn't about that. It was about the money. It's always about the money. Let me show you this clip real quick. I'm going to play, it's probably going to be a commercial.
So this is our
Carhartt seat saver.
Why does this keep fucking flipping over here? God damn it. Not that. I'm not clicking that. There we go.
There are only two tragedies in life. One is not getting what you want. The other is getting it.
Is this one of yours?
Here's the part you need to watch.
that you're to receive a commendation and will be released. The reason I'll be released is the same reason you think I'll be convicted. I do rub shoulders with some of the most vile, sadistic men calling themselves leaders today. But some of those men are the enemies of your enemies. And while the biggest arms dealer in the world is your boss, the President of the United States, who ships more merchandise in a day than I do in a year, sometimes it's embarrassing to have his fingerprints on the guns. Sometimes he needs a freelancer like me to supply forces he can't be seen supplying. So, you call me evil, but unfortunately for you, I'm a necessary evil.
Ta-da! And Phoenix, this guy's just like, what the fuck? That's it. There it is. I know you guys, there's whatever party you're in, this shit just keeps happening. But I do believe that Trump, in some way, shape, or form, has decided, you know what, I'm going to bring Robert F. Kennedy aboard. I'm going to bring Tulsi Gabbard aboard. Even though they're kind of all in lockstep of Israel, I think there's some other people in his campaign, too, that aren't big on that as well. And they just want to stop this shit because they know what this is fueling. What all this money is really fueling, whether it's Fluvid, Ukraine, Lebanon, whatever, just name fucking something they want to throw in some bill, it's all fueling the agenda. Right? That fucking nasty ass agenda. Where is it? Called the World Economic Forum. That's what it's doing. That's it. I don't know what else. I mean, I've told you guys. That's why I created f2wf.org or DIYliberty.org. I don't know why I made it an org. I thought, 501(c)(s) are just the way to go, but it's just probably the stupidest thing anybody could do because there's a lot of fucking bullshit you have to deal with. But anyway, it's out there. That's it. This is the enemy. The terrorists, the most diabolical, cunning, and greatly financially supported NGO on the planet is you're looking at it. It's right there. And they make all the moves to all the pawns. Obama is a pawn. Obama is a pawn. Biden is just a pawn that just got old and shriveled up and they can't use him because he's an idiot. Or he's, just old and demented. But Trump has said, I do not want to be a part of that crap. He's adamantly said it. His own words are, the future does not belong to globalists. It belongs to patriots. Quote. And his sons continue, right? His sons continue they continue to mock, ridicule, talk about how dangerous these groups of people are. That's a winner for me. There's another winner for me that came straight from the horse's mouth, which is, why am I keep like I'm trying to, yeah, I am, fuck it. Yeah, I actually am still. There's a lot of people out there that still don't get it, but I get it because I research it all the time. I fucking research like crazy. If I spent this kind of time researching, I would probably have my bar exam like 3 years ago. For sure. For sure. But if we go into my picks, right, we'll find this one, which is really easy to do. Where is it? There's a lot to choose from in here, people. Pretty much know what my stance is on everything. Yeah, I don't wear a mask. I don't wear a fucking comic. I don't wear a disguise of any nature. I'm right here, and real American First Amendment patriots or citizens should do the same. You shouldn't have to hide yourself. They know who you are. They know what they can get to you. It's all fucking Patriot Act, National Defense Authorization Act. They can do whatever they want. They know who you are and what you're doing. They got their tabs on me, and all kinds of people. They got millions of us. They have AI that's listening to everything I say that builds. Right here it is, right here. That's part of one. Hold on. Where's the one I had? I think it was this one. This is a good new picture right here. This is Osama bin Laden. Guess who he's standing with? He was one of our assets. Just watch the movie Charlie Wilson's War with good old Tom Hanks. Use this fucker to get reelected, and then dumped him to the curb. They kept him kind of in the background. But yeah, there's Dick Cheney and fucking Lindsey Graham palling up to one of the most pissed off terrorists out there, because they just used him, and he knew it, right? But he did not do 9/11. He didn't do 9/11. He didn't do 9/11. That wasn't him. They had to get rid of him, though. He knew too much. He knew way too much. That's what happens if you know too much. That's what I'm concerned about. But, yeah, what people don't even remember is the day before. This is good. The day before 9/11. Donald Rumsfeld holds a press conference to state that the Pentagon was missing more than $2.3 trillion. Trillion, not billion, not million, trillion. But the next day, something happened and everybody forgot. 2.3 trillion missing from Canada, had no idea where this money had gone. The next day, 9/11 happened. Look how many numbers are turned trillions. There's 13. This amount of missing money could have ended the world poverty for 100 times over. Yeah, absolutely. We're now in debt, that $36 trillion. All this money goes to these people because they're fucking, it's crazy. But that's not the end game. I've already told you what the end game is. They don't need you anymore, but we'll get to that. Interestingly enough, and I've got some videos on it, and I've shared videos on it. When the Pentagon was hit with whatever it was hit with, the that location actually held or had the papers, or that's where the paper trail was, that you would probably go to first to find out where this money really went. But guess what? It blew up. How convenient is that? Nope, that's not a coincidence. That's not a convenience. It's just the way things happen. Sometimes accidents happen. Right? Fuck. Right, when I hear Tulsi keep talking about the Taliban and all that shit, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. You know what's going on. I'm still a little concerned with her, honestly. Yeah, there's just fucking nutcases everywhere. What was that other picture I had? It was I think it was, I'll see it. It's not there yet. There's my son. Big motherfucker. Good job, buddy. Keep it going. Where did I put that? Look, was it? Hang on. I'll find it. You guys don't mind me searching for stuff. Nobody really minds. Alright. Yeah. This is one of my favorites. Right here, this cartoon. And you can't really see it. I have it in better pictures somewhere else. Let me see how big I can get this thing. This comic is over 80 years old, and yet you don't have to change, a thing about it. It's every bit as relevant today as the day it was drawn. And I think when I got this was like 5 or 10 years ago. But it shows all the money going to the wars, healthcare and the arts and education and infrastructure and everything else, even science, which is good, is left in the background with nothing. All the money, all the service goes straight to the war, because that's the big circle jerk. It's a big revolving door of money. And pretty much everybody knows it. Everybody pretty much knows it. I think it's in here. Let me check my media here. I think I got it in here. It's better. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, here it is. Yuval Harari. This is the second-hand man for the World Economic Forum. And this is what he says. These are his words. Okay. This is what he's concerned about. Yuval Harari, he's the second-hand man to Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum. These are his exact words. WEF, or World Economic Forum advisor to Klaus Schwab, says if Trump becomes president again in 2024, it will be the final death blow to the global order. In case you need another reason to vote for Trump. That's pretty much a done deal. They would never say that about Jill Stein, because Jill Stein, at least more than half or possibly 2/3 of her website and everything she stands for is fucking right in line with what the World Economic Forum. Just match them up. Just freaking match them up. Matter of fact, let's go. Let's take a look at it. Green Party. Oh yes, of course, it's a WordPress. No, that's Orange County. That's why I have it. That's why it comes up. See, I used to be a member of these guys. They are completely. You guys learn. This is old. Wow. Huh. Jill. Oh, spoiler. Okay. But let's go to her platform and check out the 250,000 people that maybe still support the Green Party. Oh, God. This is just fucking pathetic. Yeah. I'm going to the platform. Here we go. People, planet, peace. Let's see. Where is the planet? The real Green New Deal. Climate and energy. Here we go. I want to read more of this. Fucking jeez. Declare climate emergency. There it is. There it is. That's all you need to fucking know. It's all bullshit. She's totally in line. The reason why she's so hell bent on doing this, and I know I can fucking see it in her eyes, because she knows that pot of gold, and there's a very, very big pot of gold for these Green Party fucks, and I'll tell you what it is, and I'll show you right now. Here it is. Here's the pot of gold right here. Democrat President Joe Biden administration is demanding a staggering $78 trillion to allegedly fight climate change by funding the World Economic Forum's net zero. That was July 28, 2024. John Kerry, I'm gonna bring it up, because I want you to see what John Kerry. John Kerry. 90 trillion. Where's her going? There. Or was it Al? I'm going to put... I know he's asking for money too, but this is 1 year ago.
Wix. Give.
He was a major player and helped deploy that money. A lot of different suggestions were put on the table, and but those economies, by the way, we hope so. And yes, there's evidence that it's really having a good impact.
Now, the jury's still out because there's been a bit of a subsidy war now that's born of that with Europe, most notably, and that's
that organize their journey.
Your minister say.
Well, he out of this. This is the interior
on a livable planet.
The World Bank announced that developing countries would be able to pause their debt repayments if hit by...
This is crazy. Where's the 90 million? It's in there. Here we go.
Staying with climate change.
When we analysis jobs around the planet, we can have the
White House National Climate
to come up with a solution was something
for that 50
implementation to some. How do we
economic environment? Some of that backsliding has come on the.
I was in Al Gore. I think it was Al Gore. All right. Let's watch this one.
600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every single day on the Earth. That's what's boiling the oceans, creating these atmospheric rivers and the rain bombs and sucking the moisture out of the land and creating the droughts and melting the ice and raising the sea level and causing these waves of climate refugees predicted to reach 1 billion in this century. Look at the xenophobia and political authoritarian trends that have come from just a few million refugees. What about 1 billion? We would lose our capacity for self-governance on this world.
That's God, this guy. Let's see what's in.
Atmospheric rivers and the rain bombs and sucking the moisture out of the land and creating the droughts and melting the ice.
Oh, man. They're doing this thing called ESG. Environmental.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software.
Exactly 1 year ago, around this time at Davos, you issued a dire warning about climate change, about the fact that emissions are still going up, and you called for urgency in addressing this issue. Has anything changed since 12 months ago?
It's gotten worse. But, you know, balancing tax credits that are open-ended.
It's a fucking business. Yeah, they won't show it. I have it somewhere. Al Gore wants 90 trillion. Al Gore, $90 trillion. Let's see. It's got to be in here somewhere. I played it a while back. I guess they took it off. This dickhead won a fucking Nobel Prize. Here's another one. Oh, there's the Al Gore endorsement. 31 trillion. Al Gore throws trade about climate as debt hits 31 trillion. Yeah.
That's what's boiling the oceans, creating these atmospheric rivers and the rain bombs and sucking the moisture out of the land and creating the droughts and melting the ice and raising the sea level and causing these waves of climate refugees predicted to reach 1 billion in this century. Look at the xenophobia and political authoritarian trends that have come from just a few million refugees. What about 1 billion? We would lose our capacity for self-governance on this world. We have to act. We have to have a sense of urgency much greater than we have yet had, and we need to make some changes.
Oh, come on, Terry, lighten up. What are you screaming at?
It's in there. I can't find it. But anyway, he and John Kerry. Let me see. I know it's in here. $90 million. John Kerry's office costing taxpayer $4.3 million a year. Oh, yeah.
The Biden administration finally agreed to ban Peter Daszak and EcoHealth Alliance from receiving any more.
We're getting some pretty rare insight now into the inner workings of the climate czar John Kerry's office here at the State Department. This comes thanks to a Freedom of Information Act request that was filed by the Boston Herald. Take a look at what we're learning. Turns out his office.
Freedom of Information Act, a FOIA, which you don't hear of that much, and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, right now, Congress is having a hard time getting any information from the FBI this year, just anybody, any Biden administrative office. It's been terrible. Yes, I've got my black MAGA camo hat on. It's fucking cool. Pay staff $1.3 million in salaries each year. Highest salary listed $186,680 per year. Median salary approximately $170,000. For what? For what? I mean, for fucking what, man? I mean, yeah, this is fucking bullshit. It's a giant fucking scam. It's a giant scam. It's a giant fucking scam. This is big motivation. This is big motivation. All right? It's crazy. Once you figure it out, you're like, God, Jesus. You want to get rid of cows. Cows are like the greatest. The buffalo that used to roam. I'm going to tell you, okay. How many North American buffalo roamed North America? Well, good look at this one. Is it here? Yeah. 60 million. $60 million. All right. That's. I'm gonna see what this is. How many? As of January 1st, 2024, there are 28.2 million beef cows in the United States. I'm going to tell you something. And I want you to, I'm going to show you a map. And I'm going to show you the map of It was fucking everywhere. They were just everywhere. Here's probably the best map I've seen. I've seen this map before. This is good. American bison, buffalo, basically. All right. Let me tell you what's going on here. In these regions where it's dense, the higher numbers, right? 18 range in 1870, range in 1899, original extent of buffalo herds went through all that. They were around for hundreds of thousands of years, probably hundreds of thousands of years. Some of the greatest soil created over time for farming is where? Yes, there. And these fuckers, okay, right here, want to get rid of it. Oh, so do the Demoncrats. They want to follow what Bill Gates wants to do and get rid of all the cows. But what does that really do? What does that really? It's not about fake lab grown meat. That's bullshit. His real agenda and their real agenda is to cut off our food supply. And they know that meat is probably cow meat, bison meat, whatever meat, that deer meat. This is probably the most nutrient piece of substance that you can put in your body. Yeah. We're gonna look it up right now. I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna take my time. I'm taking my time. I'm gonna get off in a little bit here, but wait, this one. Bill Gates. He wants to vaccinate cows to keep them from I'm not going to go to the fucking sites. They're just all a bunch of clickbait. Bill Gates wants to fix cows. There's a startup for it. Startup raises $26.5 million to vaccinate and stop cows. That's Axios. Breeding success. How better cows lead to better grades. Bill Gates. It's just fuck. You should see what they're doing to these cows to test them, and it's just fucking fucked up.
Wix gives you the power of AI to build the website you need.
I gotta stop this.
We want to welcome Bill Gates joining us to discuss what is the...
We want to welcome his money. We need his money.
Goalkeepers Report for 2024. The title...
When you're, before you're born and in your early years, your brain and your body never develop. And so your mental and physical capabilities are far, far short of what they should be, which is not only a tragedy for you, but your country, where the young people as the key driver for their economic growth.
Oh, this guy's just got fucking evil all over.
Are you investing in municipal bonds?
Yeah, don't even want to fucking watch. He just makes me puke. The guy fucking makes me puke. Everything. If you meet somebody on the street, if you meet somebody somewhere, and if you want to know if they're voting for Kamala or Biden or whatever, just ask me, hey, what do you think about what Bill Gates is doing? Just approach him really like positive. What do you think what Bill Gates is doing? And they'll go, oh yeah, fucking Bill Gates is awesome, and then get the fuck away from that person. Just get away, because that person has been completely psyoped, hypnotized, like billions of people out there. It's really sad. Maybe I would say at least a few 100 million. Now he's just pretty much exposing himself, and he's kind of hard to find lately. There are some countries out there that won't allow him back in their countries or their states or their areas because he's done some serious damage to a lot of people with his medications. Yeah, it's pretty fucking tragic. Yeah, that whole climate change thing is just bullshit. Now, I do believe, like Snork and I have discussed and other people, we have a waste management problem. We need to get plastic out of the ocean. Look, microplastics aren't good. Everybody knows that. Polystyrene, it's not natural, so once it gets in your body, it could cause problems. We know that. There's some other things out there as well, as far as some chemicals coming from, Dow and just Ecolab and all these other companies that just... Look, tallow was used for soap. Whale lard was used for soap. It was really slippery. It was wetter and slipperier than water. And it cleaned everything. It's natural. We've gone into this chemical place that is just methodically destroying us, and they know it. I do hope, and I think I've heard Robert F. Kennedy Jr. say it, that seed oils, he talks about the seed oils, but what's his replacement? I think he's talked about avocado, coconut, and a few other things. But tallow, your body, your heritage, your ancestors for hundreds of thousands of years, or thousands, whatever you think, for a long fucking time, the reason why you're here is because of hundreds or millions of people in the past have, gotten together and did their thing, and now you're here. But until the early 20th century, or I would say late 1899 or early 1920s, and somewhere in that area, the Rockefellers decided to use what they've been using for motor lubricant to start cooking with, and they created Crisco oil. I mean, the Crisco oil itself, people were using to lubricate bicycle parts. As a matter of fact, I've used it. When I was a little kid, we didn't have fucking that pasty stuff for our bearings, so I used it on my skateboards. I used Crisco, and I just keep replacing it, but it still worked. Yeah, so then they created that shit, and it's just been hell for us. And then they really boosted it up in 17. They stopped using it. They stopped using tallow and lard in the mid 80s to the late 80s, and they got rid of it completely about in the 90s. And our health has just gone to shit. So I'm hoping that Robert F. Kennedy Jr., as smart as he says he is, will bring back tallow. Bring back the cows. Get the farmland growing again. Let them fucking graze. We need to open up and let, I'm going to tell you now. I guarantee I'm going to make a bet that there's buffalo still on this planet. There's a fucking eccentric bazillionaire that has buffalo in some place somewhere on this planet. And I think we can bring them back. Don't you just have that hunch? Because I got that hunch. And I'm telling you, it'd be fucking awesome. It would be awesome if we could just make a path for them, just put everything above for a while just so they can graze underneath. It's trams, and you've seen it, fucking Disneyland tram. They got trams that are above ground, maybe not too high. I mean, just so they can graze. Maybe 15 feet above the ground, 10 or 15 feet. And if you fall off, you will kill yourself. But I think that would be a good idea. I think that would be a great idea. As a matter of fact, I want to start the buffalo tram across the United States. That's above the ground so that we can start raising buffalo that I know are fucking out there. Because if you watch Jurassic Park and you've watched what we're doing, we've created rabbits, sheep, and all kinds of shit. I'm sure we can recreate a buffalo, because I think we've done a T-Rex already, according to Jurassic Park. Yeah, don't put it past these people what the fuck they're doing out there. I'm just telling you. Anyway, I'm going to keep going through. I'm going to go just a couple more things in here. Yeah. What do we got here? What's that? I didn't make this, but it's a really good one. It's a good one. WF, economic collapse, DNA data collection, crack and trade, humanism, cashless society, great reset. That's it. Very well done, whoever did that. Who fucking did that? I grabbed it from somewhere. Oh, I want to go back in here. This would release $650 billion per year to support manufacturing renewable energy. Oh, look at that. There it is. There's your money, Jill. There's your money, girl. You're so fucking busted. And all you... God. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on. Oh, look at this. LB, what is that? Fucking shit. 2 SLGBTQIA plus. Let those men compete in girls' sports. That's right. That's right, Jill. You get that man in a beard competing against women. There you go. I like the indigenous sovereignty thing, but that's not... She doesn't understand the tribal crap. It's not about that. It's about their nationalism, their sovereignty. Didn't get that part. Every tribe should have, in my opinion, a little place that is not, it's like its own country. You know, we should have that too in Hawaii. But we got a bunch of fucking woke idiots running the fucking Office of Hawaiian Affairs and fucking Department of Hawaiian Homelands. It's just terrible. Just a bunch of fucking boosted idiots. Fuck. It's crazy. Let me see. Scholars activation, administration, LGBT rights, society violent attacks on trans or women. Oh, when? When? What the fuck? This like 5 people maybe? Here's your thing. The Pride Act. There it is. There it is. Jill, maybe you should watch this video. I'm going to grab the link and I'm going to bring it over here and let it play. Because, you know, it's just amazing. Fucking amazing. Get the...
I've never spoken to this many people. Hi, I've never spoken to this many people, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm also excited and really happy about this opportunity. My name is Annalie Wilson, and I am 14 years old, and I am a freshman for the Eastmont School District. In May of this year, I ran in the Kashmir Junior Olympics. The Junior Olympics are a regional track meet for junior high athletes who place first or second throughout the track season. So it's a pretty big deal. It is basically the championships for our area.
Pay attention, Jill Steiners, Green Partiers, and all you fucking, what was that guy's name? Howie Hawkins idiots. Fuck.
Sorry. I'm sure most of you have heard that at the Junior Olympics, I raced against a transgender athlete in the 1600 meter race. I had heard of this happening around our country, but I never expected to encounter it firsthand. When all of the runners had lined up to race, I noticed that this athlete was built very differently than all of the other girls. But I didn't think much of it because we were on the starting line and we were about to race. It wasn't until we were on the podium that I heard the commotion of upset adults and kids. That is when I heard that the athlete that was standing next to me on the first place podium was a biological boy. My heart sank and I felt extremely discouraged. I felt like all my hard work that I had put in throughout the year didn't matter and that it was just going to be forgotten. My family and I spoke up about how unfair this was. We didn't speak up about how unfair this was because I didn't get first and didn't win. We spoke up because boys racing against girls at this level of competition isn't right and it isn't fair. All of those biological girls standing up there next to me had worked just as hard as I had throughout the entire season. But at that moment, our hard work and talent did not matter. A coach on the transgender athletes team had heard my group of friends voicing their concerns and frustration about how unfair this was. They told my group of friends that if they were going to complain, they needed to go somewhere else and do it. Hearing this was devastating to me and my friends. It felt like we were being told to shut up, stop complaining, and and just deal with it. And this is why I'm speaking up. Our female athlete voices need to be heard because we are the ones that this is personally affecting. Going through this experience has been incredibly hard. Adults have attacked my family and me for speaking up for fairness and protection of biological girls in sports. My family and I have been told by adults that we are transphobic, that I am a sore loser, and that I value winning more than a human life. We have also been told that it will be our fault and that we will be the ones responsible if this transgender athlete takes their life. And then I was told that I am simply just not good enough, and that's why I placed second. But I feel like the same people who are attacking female athletes for speaking up do not care about the mental tolls and struggles this is also taking on female athletes. These words have affected me, and it has hurt tremendously to hear all of these things because me and my family are some of the kindest people who strive to love everyone and do what is right.
I'm going to stop it there, because that's probably the most important thing you guys need to understand, or anybody needs to understand, is, are you doing what's right? Are you just trying to make a statement, or you still have Trump derangement syndrome, which I think many of you still do? It's just, it's so hysterically funny that you're going to believe that the same people that are pretty much following the guidelines of the World Economic Forum, BlackRock, et cetera, isn't going to go into CBDC, central bank digital currency. It's amazing to me to think that there are people out there that I think are just doing it to make a statement. She's not going to make a statement. She's going to follow what they're doing. She's part of it. She's part of it. I don't know what else to tell you. I've done plenty of research. I've looked at her website several times. I've gone through it. It's just complete craziness. She wants to give loans to everybody. Well, why don't you, how about if you're going to give free college and if you're going to, this makes sense to me, and I don't know why it doesn't make sense to anybody in the Green Party, Democrats, etc. If you're going to cancel the loans or give people money to go to school, which I think at least community college should be there for people. I think that's important. But some of these bigger colleges, it takes money to run them. It takes to get the people that they need to, the quality, which is kind of off kilter lately, because academia, in my opinion, at this moment is pretty fucked up. They turn your children into rainbow-haired, pierced weirdos, right? These really good, wholesome kids go into these colleges and they turn into shit quick. You know, hate white, hate Trump, hate. It's sad. But in this particular situation, there are people that have lost Olympic titles because of X-chromosome men, right? That are beating up women, basically. And you guys are okay with that. It's just fucking, it's amazing to me. This is fucking just, it's not even hilarious. It's kind of revealing. I'm concerned about where your head's at, where your mind's at. I mean, what's right? Right? What happened to the nuclear family? Trump's not against two women having a family or two men having a family. He's not. And he's not against the gays or anything like that. It's never been. But for some reason, if you've heard some of what Biden has said about gays, you would be your mind would change. All right. So I'm okay with the LGBTQ, whatever fucking you want to do, but keep it away from our fucking kids. Let them grow. Let them grow up. Let them be adults first. Let them make their own decisions. Right? Maybe their interest in exploring things, which people do, it happens, may not lead to that in the future. Maybe there was a traumatic event, something happened with somebody, and it caused them to move in a different position or way with their sexuality. There's so many different variables, but at least let them experience that instead of having some freaking drag queen pole dancing in front of fucking 6, 7, 8-year-olds and reading them sexually explicit books, which you're okay with, Jill Stein. Of course she is. That's exactly what they want. The global pedopredator class, I'm telling you, they want to make pedophilia an okay thing. This is the research I've done. This is the dots that I've connected. This is the way they are. There's some sick fuckers, and they're getting all of you to believe it, and it's sad, and it's just fucking disgusting. So if you want to keep going in that direction, it's still a free world. It's still a free country, somewhat. Even though they're clamping down, Hillary doesn't want to lose control. You heard her. But if you guys are... it's just really... it's pretty sad. It's just pretty sad. It's actually extremely sad. And I don't want to end on that note, but I'm just going to tell you, it doesn't help the human race. It does nothing for us. Because see these two holes? This doesn't make kids. This doesn't make kids. Okay? These two holes can't make a child. Right? Where did you come from? Did you come from two men with Tim Waltz and fucking in some men's restroom full of his tampons? I mean, seriously. It's lunacy. It's fucking lunacy. I've never encountered such utter lunacy from a party in my life. And then now Jill's right in there. She's right in there. She's with it. And she wants that $78 trillion. You don't think that's the case? Oh, she does, man. Trump doesn't want anything to do with it. Thank you, Diana Black, for sending me that quote. There's others, by the way. By the way, Diana Black is super hot. Yeah, this is just a super travesty. Travesty. Right? But we know what their end goal is. This is their goal. This is not just their end goal. This is motivation. That's a lot of money. I get it. Being a part of this lunacy is there's a lot of money down the road. I get it. But you got to do what's right. You got to do what's best. And I'm not talking right, left. I'm talking what's best for us, the species. Again, how were you created? Where did you come from? Your mommy and daddy did the thing, and then here you are. Praise God, praise Jesus, praise everything for that. You're able to fucking be here because of their love for each other, or something happened, or sometimes that doesn't last. But the point I'm making is the natural way that we need to be living is the natural way. And I'm going to go over that in my next show. And I think what my next show is going to be about, and I'm going to be talking with Snork about this, and we're going to develop something on Monday. And hopefully we'll collaborate, because we need to start going back to more natural ways of doing a lot of things. back in, let's just say, 1899, 1879, 1869, the nuclear family did great. They were strong. They had land. They were free. They could drill their own wells. They didn't have to register their buggies or carts or horses. They just had it. They branded their cattle and they raised farms and they had a wonderful, wonderful life, and which brought you to here. And we need to start moving back towards that stuff. I'm not in favor of the AI that's being created. I think, iRobot, Terminator, fucking you name the movies, The Matrix, etc. It's just not going to be good. It's not going to. We could accidentally, and I'm sure they already have. You could accidentally create something that could, and I'm a little worried about Elon too, because you got to put a cap on that shit, right? Because all you need is just some life form slithering around with better than opposable thumbs that's fucking a bazillion times smarter than you are. And then the Matrix is right there. Yeah, it's not too far away. But we need to get back to us being in factories, us building products, us having, instead of all this shit coming from China constantly. We need to have U.S. Temu. We need to have U.S. Alibaba, whatever they call it. We need to have fully U.S. Amazon, right? He just recently said that interest on car loans will be, you'll be able to write them off on your taxes as a deductible, as a deduction. Write your interest as a deduction on your car loan. It's huge. Of course, yeah, do that. Just so many things. But it's not going to happen under Jill Stein. It's not going to happen under the Kamala Harris or Bidenomics. None of this stuff. None of life itself will start to darken, literally darken, as I've showed many times. They want to fucking just literally darken the sun. I mean, that's their thing. See, this is, they vote for this person, right? Is a vote for fucking, here it is right here. They fucking want to do this. Just watch this and I'm going to go. Bill Gates has already this cloud scene, it's just everywhere. This is from the World Economic Forum website. They took it down. But I captured it and copied it. They want to block out the sun with these giant balloons. And I'm talking darkness. Bad. Vitamin D is probably the greatest thing for your body. And yeah, sunscreen is bullshit. Whether you think so or not. And some people can stay in the sun for a while, and some people can't. I get it. But that stuff's not protecting you like they say it is, because it's terrible for your skin. And now there are doctors and there are scientists linking it to forms of skin cancer. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Yeah, this, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. All I can say is I am voting for Trump. He is our last hope that we have on this planet. He is our last and only hope. Right? And they've tried to off him twice. And they're going to continue. And these people, as malicious, heinous, and insidious as they are, they're firing bullets in crowds full of people. They don't care. They're going to do whatever they can to stop this guy from exposing them in the very near future, hopefully, and what they're really about. Which brings me to my last and final thing I want to bring up, which I posted on Facebook. Here it is right here. And I want you to look at this, because this is interesting information. Out of the 12 police officers that reviewed Anthony Weir's insurance file on his laptop, 9 of them have committed suicide. Okay. Huma and Hillary, I dare you to ask me of what video was in that laptop. And then I want you to go to Best News and look it up. There's a reason why those guys aren't around anymore. Just letting you know. There's these people, and Trump has said it many times, they're evil as you can fucking believe. It's just crazy. Diabolical, evil, insidious. I mean, you just name an adjective that's just horrific. And these people are it. Totally and absolutely. Totally and absolutely. Just the most horrific fucking people you've been around. And they've been a lie. It's just been a big fucking farce. A big fucking lie. They're just theater. And they've conned billions of people across the planet. It's impressive, actually. Great marketing campaign. Right? Great advertising, the whole 9 yards. But it's got to stop. It's got to stop. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is James.